Alright, let's get started on our first layout. Our first layout here is Smile, which I've called Smile, and it has the 2 photos down the bottom. This is the only layout that I've actually cropped anything or mounted anything. So it's the one layout, you just need to be mindful of which photo you're going to do that to. I've chosen the photo that stands out just a little bit more to me, that has a bigger smile on it. So that's the one I've chosen to crop. So I'll just start down here with what we've got. We've got 2 pieces of the A4 paper, that's the printer paper. Then one slice, I guess you could say, of the patterned paper. Now this piece of patterned paper is about 26 centimetres long and 14 centimetres wide. It is actually, what I'm giving you are the measurements, but don't forget, when we're trying to be quick and easy, don't worry too much about how precise your measurements are. We are trying to get these done quickly, so be as fast as you can. Close enough is good enough. So with the Smile title, what I've done is actually on an A4 piece of paper in my Word document, I've chosen the word Smile and just printed that out. And then down the bottom of that, I've used a dictionary meaning and put that down underneath the title, just for a little bit more of my journaling on this page. So it's very simple and very quick and easy to do. So once I've printed that out, I've then trimmed the page down to 26 centimetres, so it's not the full A4 length. So once I've done that, it's now ready to put our scalloped edge on the bottom. Now I'm a bit of a spendthrift, so I try and keep things quick and easy, not too many tools when I'm trying to get things done quickly. So I'm going to make a scalloped edge out of using this $1 coin. All you need to do is, with a pencil and a $1 coin, I'll turn that one over, is put it on the bottom of the page and trace around half of it. Once you've traced around half, put it next to it again and trace around it again. And all you need to do then is chop it out with your scissors. So I'll quickly cut that one out. Okay, now that we've completed the scalloped edge, we'll just glue that one onto the page. So once you've glued that onto your page, it's then a matter of putting on your pattern paper. I've chosen actually to just put it a bit off centre, so it's coming out from one side. Make sure you give yourself a little bit of leeway so that it's not too strict on yourself. So once that's glued on, you've then got the base of your whole layout ready to go. The next fun step is actually using your photos. So out of our 2 photos, I've chosen to mount one of my photos, the one that actually is to me a bigger smile. To do that, what I've used is a piece of computer paper, just that second piece of computer paper I spoke of earlier. I've then cut it out to just have a very small border around my photo. I would actually suggest, first of all, gluing it onto the computer paper before you use your guillotine or paper trimmer to cut it out. It just keeps it a bit more stable then. So if you just actually stick it onto the paper and then you go up to the guillotine or to your paper trimmer and you cut it out, then you'll find you've got a nice little border around your one photo. So I've actually pre-cut a piece over here and I'll just quickly use that one. All right, now that we have those 2, all we need to do there is actually glue them on together. I've actually got them overlaying, so it just gives it a nice kind of together look. So now we come to the fun bits where we've nearly got our whole layout together. It's just the embellishment or the added extras to make it look a bit smarter at the end. To do that, I've used some of these dots. Now I've actually gathered these dots up from some leftover pattern paper that I had from one of the other layouts, which you'll actually get when we go along. So you might find you leave this part to a bit later in the layouts when you've completed one of the other ones and you have a bit of scrap paper left over. So all I've done here is actually cut out with my hole punch 5 holes from the double-sided pattern paper, and it gives us some very nice colour effects to have sitting up the top here. And then you just use glue once again to glue these onto the layout. Now one of the last things we place on our layout is some ribbon, just to give it that nice little finish off at the top To measure how much ribbon you need, I just actually have gone 3 times the length of the layout. So once you have about that much, you put it underneath your layout. I've just put it at the top of the photo and just below the top of the pattern paper and off to the one side, just to give it a bit more of a focus on my main photo, and I've simply tied a knot into it. Alright, now you'll see that it doesn't actually sit too flat, so I've cut 2 small pieces of double-sided tape just to help it sit flatter. I've put that on the back of the ribbon. And then, just to give it a bit more, I've actually tied 2 more knots with the same ribbon. The last thing we're going to put on our layout is actually a word just down the bottom here. Once again, quick and easy. I've used a pre-made word. These are from Heidi Swap, and I've picked out a word, enjoy, because it does look like he's enjoying himself. And I've just glued it to the bottom. And that completes the finishing touch for this layout. We've now finished our first layout, and let's move on to our second.